Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in. Tully Burnalot here, coming to you straight from the sunny land of Portugal. And for today's episode of Back Alley Indie Gaming, I'm bringing you Estranged Act 2, currently available on Game Jolt for low price of absolutely nothing, or your regional equivalent. Not Game Jolt, currently available on Steam Early Access for low price of absolutely nothing, or your regional equivalent, and made by one, I believe, Edward E.S. I'll be very honest here, I had already played through this game, but unfortunately, the recording didn't go through properly, so now I have to start it all over again. I'm just going to tell you right off the bat, this is going to be a multi-parter because this game has a lot to offer. Just so you know, in-game commentary, you're going to see what that is. One of the cute things is the graphics all started off as epic. Let's be very honest here, this computer can't handle epic. I appreciate this game telling me it does, but it doesn't. It really doesn't. So you know what? Let's just start the game. Fall. This game currently has, I believe, 8 levels, and I was in Fall. I ran through Fall, and honestly, this game is amazing, and I'm going to show you why. I haven't played Estranged Act 1, if it exists. I'm not sure if it does. But Estranged Act 2, this is really good, and you're going to see why. This game actually runs pretty well. You can see there's an FPS counter on the bottom. 30-something frames per second, 27 frames per second. I'm recording, so yeah. Alright, let's just... Very careful now. Are you going to speak? At all? There were some spoken words here. Hello? Hello? Ah, there we go.
Down there, maybe? I don't know. This place is falling apart. You know, if we report this, they're gonna make us go down there.
Yeah, I know. It's not worth it. Let's just let the things get him.
It's fine by me. Let's move.
You're going to see what the things mean. Now, one of the best things about this is this game does have in-game commentary by the part of the developer. And you'll see what that is. It took me some time to figure out how to use them. You just click E.
Hello, and welcome to the commentary for Estranged Act 2. My name's Alan Edwards, and I'm the creator and lead developer of Estranged. I'd like to thank you for downloading Estranged. This has been a long time, spare time hobby project for everyone involved. And I'm really happy it's got to the place it's gotten. If you have any feedback, please leave it on the forums or email me directly at alan@alanedwards.com. Thank you very much for playing, and I hope you enjoy.
I hope I enjoyed it as well.
If you played Estranged Act 1, you may notice that the starting cave here is a little bit different than the cave at the end of Act 1.
Whoa, what the
and
fuck?
there are a couple of reasons for that. The first one
Why
is
am I
a
moving?
technical reason. Estranged Act 1 was using Source Engine, which
What?
used Half-Life 2
Why am I floating?
assets. And of course, Estranged Act 2 was Unreal Engine 4, and it can't use the same assets.
Okay.
The other reason is just to give it a visual refresh. You didn't see much of the cave at the end of Estranged Act 1, so here is our opportunity to flesh it out a bit and make it a little bit more interesting.
So is this some sort of remake of Act 1? I'm not sure. Because because here's the deal. I went through the first game, the first run, not knowing what the fuck's going on, because I didn't know how to activate the commentary. It took me about 20 minutes before I realized that I actually had to, click E, which was the use button, and this was after, mind you, this was after I had already used E to interact with other stuff. I'm not smart. Okay. Alright, so I just keep going. Do note that right now I'm not actually moving forward. This is literally just the water pushing me through. And now that I noticed, he said just let the things get him, and you'll see what he means. You'll see what he means soon enough. God fucking damn it. It gave me a fucking scare like shit. Anyway, the game, as you saw, or heard, is on the Unreal Engine. And let me tell you one thing, this game is gorgeous. Now, I don't know exactly what's going on, mind you. What I do know is this is some sort of mining operation. Hold on.
This is one of my favorite areas in the game because it's a very early, very visually crisp place.
I can see that.
And it makes for very pretty screenshots. But this is one of the first puzzles that was kind of fleshed out after the Act 1 release in 2014.
It even echoes.
So there's a lot of nostalgia for me associated with this area. Actually, if you go into the place with the fuel can, you can see a spotlight shining on a metal object. That's actually an elevator. That was my first prototype elevator that I used in this level for a little while until Lyle replaced it with an elevator that actually looks like an elevator. But I'm keeping it in the level just because I like the kind of history around that, and hopefully that'll make it into the final version of the game.
it's like a history lesson with the game. You know, I did actually run around a bit trying to see what the fuck's going on. As far as I know, there's only two things you can do with the game right now, which is just click F for the flashlight and E to interact with things. And in order to interact with other things, you just do that. You just bring them in, and it automatically snaps to, and boom! Now keep in mind that this game does not present good OSHA compliance measures, because you will see there's no platform here. There's no platform at all. What am I supposed to do? Jump on the rock? Yes, I'm supposed to jump on the rock. Like that. Absolutely ridiculous. This would not pass inspection on any proper company. And you know what? Shameful. Now keep in mind, I thought that this was me going into hell. Unfortunately, it is not. This is very much just me alive. Hell only comes a lot later. This is, as you will see, algae. Because this game does offer means of seeing just what exactly is going on with it by the use of audio transcripts.
Liam Jones audio diary.
Liam Jones has given me plenty, and I mean plenty, opportunities for stifled laughter purely because he just sounds so bored.
And you realise that it actually glows if you leave
like
it
that.
alone for a little while. So that's cool. Got a little sample here with me that I'm going to leave in my office for a bit to see what happens to it.
Yeah, because, you know, science, I guess. One of the things that kind of just stopped me for a few moments was this elevator, because I thought that I had to do anything to it. Turns out what you have to do is apparently activate some sort of load-bearing mechanism and bring a barrel with you. I have no idea why. That's the weirdest fucking puzzle solution I have ever seen. You have to activate a barrel. I don't even know why. Now, the whole thing is, because I haven't played Estranged Act 1, I completely lack any sort of context what's going on in the game. I don't know what's going on in the game. I don't know what the overarching plot is. What I have learned so far is that apparently... Oh, let me just do that.
So a very old version of this puzzle was included in the public Alpha 1 of Act 2, and I watched several people struggle with this because there was a board propping up the minecart and you had to press E on it to make it move, and then the minecart would blast through some rock and then you'd be able to get through. But that really sucked because people actually got stuck here and couldn't get any further in the game, so we had to rip it out. So this puzzle is just something Lyle added. That's kind of a very simple way to get past this problem. And we are planning a more kind of complicated minecart route around this, if we can make it work, which should be more fun going forwards, because I think there's more to do with this mine area than we are currently doing with it.
Yeah, there's more to do with this mine area, and still, it's so good. And by good, I mean I have no idea what's going on. Because here's what I have to do, right? You have to bring a barrel, you have to jump on here, and you have to jump on here. Hold on, you have to jump on here, and boom! And then you're inside, and then you hit that button, and then you jump onto this barricaded area, and boom! You're back out. Because again, the door's locked. Yeah. And here's the thing I don't understand is why exactly is the door locked? Why is the door locked, and why is the door barricaded from the inside? What exactly is going on? You'll see something further on that just makes it even more confusing, but I have no idea what's going on. I think this is some sort of biological research facility that studies red algae, maybe. I don't know. What I do know is Liam J. Yeah, this is Liam. Just do that.
This is the Liam Jones diary number.
Yeah, this one
2.
is really, really fucking loud. This is really
okay.
long. This is a really long one.
To see what happens.
Notice that that's the samples. There was a bottle in here. So the samples are on the table now.
Some over there too in some boxes. Also, Hawthorne, when you get the chance, I lost my security badge. But when you talk to the badge people, just say I don't know, someone didn't take it. No, that's a bad reason. A fox snuck in and took my badge, and now I can't get into the main facility. So if you could just tell them that, just try not, because last time it happened, they said it was my fault, and they were a little bit reluctant about replacing it. So just do that, Hawthorne. Just let them know that I've misplaced it, and I need another one. Or you could even say that I need a spare badge, just another one, because I'm not sure. Well, you know, I'm not sure where it went, but just I need another badge. Is basically the bottom line. So if you could email the badge people, Hawthorne, and get me a new badge, that'll be good. Okay.
Seriously, this entire recording was just one long, awkward moment. And the best thing is, if you go into this computer, check the email, message from Liam Jones. I'm sorry my badge was taken by Fox. I'm not sure where it went, but I can't get into the door anymore, and I can't do my job. Thanks. Thanks. And then you have this really professional response where they go, are you serious? Did you literally mean Fox? And then you see the request for a badge. Ago, thank you for requesting a security badge. Or the next test, I remember what was on to request. Yada, yada, yada. And I actually found out this before I found out the other one. So basically I saw this and I thought, wait, taken by a fox. And then I listened to the thing and it was fucking hilarious. And of course, fuck my eyes again. Ow. This is really bright. My computer does not like white lights. And apparently what I've... You can read this... If you can pause it and read this. But apparently what I found out is that the ARC Corporation bought off Philip Pharmaceuticals and basically laid off everyone. Oh, I forgot the badge. And basically laid off everyone working at Philip Pharmaceuticals and just basically took the land. And if you bother to... Come on. Take it. If you read... Wait, what was on the other... What was on the... Wait, hold on. There was something on the other side. Like a number or something. I can't read it now. If you read the article, you would see that Philip Pharmaceuticals was bought off by the ARC Corporation, who basically just laid off all the employees and was essentially doing it just for the land. And which makes it confusing because this looked like the mining facility of sorts, but it was apparently studying some sort of red algae. And then you move into this area, which looks like an abandoned hospital. And really, the fucking tension is horrifying. But when I did this the first time, and you notice something down. My A key is not working. You'll notice that there's a vent that goes up. That's a trap. You can see here. There's also a few more local news. Black cat called Lucky. Now, this looks like an abandoned hospital. And this is where I start thinking, maybe this was part of Phillips Pharmaceuticals. This is a pharmaceutical company. Maybe these were where you had trials. I don't know. The whole thing is really confusing because then you emerge into what appears to be some sort of brick building. I don't know what the fuck that is. And because this door is locked, now you have to go all the way down here where things are beeping for whatever reason. And you go through and you get done. Come on. There we go. And you might be thinking, there's a jump scare coming, isn't there? No. You're just alone in here. Do not touch the glass, because otherwise it leaves fingerprints. You're basically alone in here. There's no one here with you.
Jones, the life sample security engineer on site,
there's a lot
just
of good reflections here.
Dr. Frederick Prezella into the observation room. He became violent and attacked one of my members of staff, so we're going to keep him under observation and probably move him off the island as soon as we can. We're not sure what caused this.
And you'll see that comes into play quite some time after that. Because this appears to be some sort of abandoned hospital. So basically, because I know that the ARC Corporation bought off of Phillips Pharmaceuticals, it is entirely possible that this entire place was their research facility. And because they got bought off, because they were strategically taken over, and got all their employees laid off, it's probable and quite likely that this just got abandoned completely.
This is Gareth Thomas speaking, and we have analyzed the algae samples and found that the glowing is caused by a naturally occurring marine plankton in the surrounding area. We don't anticipate that our usage of the algae will be affected at all by the plankton. And we consider it completely harmless. We don't anticipate it being a problem.
It's totally harmless. Don't worry. There's no problem. It totally won't kill you. You just keep going. Do I keep... Is this an invisible wall? Yep. Oh. Okay. Absolutely. You know, I'm just gonna... It's a door. It's a glass door. It's a glass door. And I missed that. Fantastic. So, and again, then you run into this brick building that says ARC Corporation. So maybe this is ARC Corporation? Or maybe they bought off Philips Pharmaceuticals and they just removed all the logos and turned it into the ARC Corporation. I don't know.
Act 1 had a few interactive UIs, such as computers and newspapers. In Act 2, we're trying to push that a bit further by putting more interaction into the interactive things, such as a command prompt. So in this computer, you can see there's a terminal.
Huh.
And there are metrics associated with that, so we can log what are the most popular things to type in, so we can actually make the computers do things when people do that.
Oh.
This one here, there's a lot of Unix commands that are typed in, but of course there are a lot of swear words as well.
So that's the terminal, basically. Unix is not something I'm very versed in, so... We've had reports of air conditioning in your... Oh, that's why I was glowing between it. I was going... For the past hour and a half, I've been seeing glowy things on my computer. Turns out it was just my microphone wire reflecting light. Huh. Interesting. Alright. Go to the chat, and there's nothing there. Yada, yada, yada. Nothing important. And then what you do is you take that, you put it away, you take that, no, you can't take that. Okay, just go down here. Okay. You notice that there's a sheer drop. This drops you back into the hospital, and I actually did manage to get myself stuck in there because I'm an idiot. I'm not quite sure what the hell's in here. Not quite sure what the hell is... Pretty sure those are mice. Okay. Anything here? No.
I recently did a playthrough of Estranged Act 1, and one thing I found really jarring was the fact that when you go through a certain point in a level, you go through a level transition. And that's pretty standard, but in Source Engine, it kind of locks you out of the game and plunges you into silence. So it really kind of rips your immersion out. In Estranged Act 2, I really don't want to do that, so we're trying to leverage streaming levels as much as possible. So you may see some geometry pop in depending on your system. We're still tweaking that. But hopefully you should have a completely seamless adventure through the game. And I'm hoping that it will contribute to you being very immersed in the content.
See, I actually noticed a few issues with pop-in, especially in the long distances. But I can now see if that's what it takes to buy off or pay off for having no loading screens. I'm willing to take that. Personally, I don't very much like loading screens, especially when it's a game that's supposed to have you immersed. Especially when it's a game that has a lot of loading screens because it has a lot of level transitions, because then you're basically just running around, and every 10 seconds you're getting into a loading screen, and then every 10 seconds you're getting a loading screen. Honestly, if I have to suffer some sort of pop-in in order for me not to have a lot of loading screens, I'll take it.
The transition to Unreal Engine 4 from the Source Engine was really difficult for me because Unreal Engine 4 is really based around static meshes. Their brush tools are very, very kind of clunky, and I don't think they've received a lot of development attention. Source and Hammer, that's what you build your level with. You build your level with these boxes that you draw in the editor, essentially. So me switching from Hammer to that was very, very difficult at the start. I actually tried making some tools myself that would let you build levels in the editor and all kinds of crazy stuff. But I eventually watched a few kind of tutorials, watched a little bit of a few presentations, and there was one by Bethesda that actually stood out as something that was really useful.
Yeah, okay. I'm just going to stop that for a moment. You can shut up for this, because this is not part of the game development. This is part of the aesthetics. And close that. Thank you very much. And there's a lot of symbolism here. And not symbolism, a lot of symbols. I don't know what belongs to who, honestly. You'll see why. There's a lot of photos. For whatever reason, there's photos of, like, Stonehenge. I don't know why. And for whatever reason, because I don't know if this is part of the ARC Corporation. Because you'll notice back in the newspaper article, it said that they bought off Philips Pharmaceuticals. And down here, you'll see that they have what appears to be some sort of presentation setup. So it's entirely possible that this is where they informed Philips Pharmaceuticals that they were going to be laid off, they were buying off their company. I don't know. I really don't. It's entirely possible that this is basically where they basically took over Philips Pharmaceuticals. Can I open this? No. They took over Philips Pharmaceuticals and then just replaced all the logos with their logos. I don't know. But then again, it has, why do that if you're not going to use the facilities? Because the facilities are completely and utterly deserted. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know what belongs to who. I don't know who belongs to what. All I need to do is click that. Thank you very much. And then you emerge from the building and into the outside. You can hear the birds chirping. It's off. All right. So you can see that this brick building then extends deep into what appears to be an underground facility that goes into some sort of underground biological algae research facility? I don't know. I'm assuming that Act 1 provides some information and context, but I really have no idea because I haven't played Act 1. And there's 8 levels and 8 stages in this game, and I really want to know where exactly they're going. I really do, which is why I'm going to make a multi-part series. Episode 1 is different because, unfortunately, the recording went shit. Hopefully this recording actually manages to stay proper. Alright, there we go. Open that up. And I go into the sewers for the very first jump scare of the game. I'm giving you information now. Oh, great. My fucking A key has stopped working entirely. Ah, there we go. Now is not the time for the A key to stop working. Ow, see? See? Suddenly, out of nowhere, a zombie. Now, I don't know if that's a zombie. I don't know if that's a snarling rabbit person. I really don't know. What I do know is, the first time I saw this, I pissed my fucking pants. Because holy shit, I was not expecting that. Do keep in mind that the first time around, put that there. Do keep in mind that the first time around that I was in here. Oh, I have to go there, right.
The button in front of you allows you to kind of put a distance between you and the zombie. When I designed this for the first time, I really felt like I wanted something to just block off that zombie. And that's the result of that.
Okay. And now I can't turn it off. Great. Okay. I have to go down here, I guess. Alright. And again, I didn't really... And again, the first time I played this, I had no fucking idea this was going to happen. Because I was about half an hour into the game, really just completely mesmerized and wondering what the fuck was going on, and then suddenly, this! Probably that one person that they had to send off the island, I don't know. Jesus fuck, this scared the shit out of me, it really did. Alright, and take that, and you bring it back to, I believe... Let's see here. There we go. Put that there. And then suddenly, the water level starts rising. And when that happens, you have to go in here. No, you have to go in here. And you have to open the door, and you have to go in here. And for whatever reason, the zombie just vanishes. Don't go down there, because that will actually bring you back to the beginning. Come on. No? Okay. Okay, so if I go down here, I think I have to go down here. Alright. Alright. Okay. Not illuminating things properly. Alright. And this is where I ended up.
Thank you so much for playing through the Steam version of Estranged Act 2. I've been working on this project in my spare time since I started it in the middle of 2011, and I'm so excited about how far it's come, and about where it can go in the future. I hope that you will want to be a part of that, and you'll play later versions down the line. If you have any feedback, you experienced any bugs, or just think of something that might make it better, you can use the feedback form on the menu, the Steam forums, or you can contact me directly. I'm Alan at alanedwards.com and Alan Edwards on Steam. Thank you so much for playing. I hope you'll play future versions of Estranged when we release updates in the coming months, and eventually the final version. Thank you very much for playing.
Also, this was the end. I was like stuck here for 5 minutes wondering what the fuck I was supposed to be doing. But no, this is the end. This is literally the end. There's nothing past here. I have to manually go and pick the other chapters. So this is why I'm making a multi-potter, because what is going on? What is Phillips Pharmaceuticals? What was Phillips Pharmaceuticals doing with all the algae? What do the algae do? What was a zombie? Who was a zombie? What is the R Corporation doing? Why did they lay off everyone and then buy off the land and use the land? What is happening? There's 7 more levels and 7 more chapters, and I want to find out. So until the next episode, thank you all for tuning in. Hope you guys and gals enjoyed the video. As always, I'm open to suggestions in the comment section down below. Until next we meet, this is Tully Burnalot signing off. Goodbye.